I'll quickly go over the parts. Got the body of it. It's going to hold all of the sensors and the electronics and whatever else, the brains of it. The body also obviously needs motors and propellers. On the bottom here, you've got the gimbal. It's super important for such a tiny part. Keeps that camera nice and steady, even when the drone's flopping around all over the place. And of course, your camera or payload. Today we'll talk about cameras, but drones can carry basically whatever you'd like. Pretty much how most drones are put together with those parts there. There's a ton of cameras that you can put on drones, and we could have hours of conversation about the different cameras.
I've always had a deep love and passion for documentary films. That's particularly my favorite type of media to work in. I just like the storytelling. I like really diving in and understanding character and working with real people to tell really inspirational stories. A little bit of how we create documentary films is we first start with distribution, and we figure out we work from the back forward. So we work with our distribution partner, or when we were starting out, we just kind of figured, how is the best way to get this film out there that people can see what we're working on and work within social media to promote the topics that we're working on. So we chose craft beer roughly 5-6 years ago, knowing that the breweries that we would film with and breweries that we would pick had big social media networks and had big national outreach. So when our trailer came out, we knew that eyes were going to get on the project, and it wasn't us just sending it around to a bunch of our friends on social media going, hey, I think this is cool, what do you guys think? Check out, we've been working on it for 6 months, and you get 100 views. So since then, we've been able to work with a couple distribution companies and sign deals with them and gone through some pretty big acquisitions, and it's all based around when you're writing your project, when you first have the idea, the second step is then to understand, how am I going to get this thing out into the world? If that's your goal as a filmmaker, that's ours. We want to make money from making film. We want to make it sustainable for everyone, myself, my crew, my company. So we kind of work from the back forward. We align with our distribution partner and make sure that they can find an outlet for it. We kind of tailor our pitch around it. From there, we kind of work with different marketing and branding agencies, which I know resource-wise is really expensive. So if you have a friend who's a graphic designer, or if you have just somebody who works at an agency, or even just creating a little bit of artwork for the project. So people can kind of get like a taste and feel. And then from there, creating the social media network and beginning outreach. So we're kind of building our audience moving backwards. And then once we kind of like test and see how that goes, then we start writing the script.
I'm going to start with that question I posed to you the other day. Everyone wants to direct. Why have you been a producer for so long?
Well, I think it's a combination. I mean, television actually is known as a producer's medium. And produce, direct, I mean, directing is such a specialized thing. I mean, some people like to write, some people like to tell stories with pictures. I think the opportunity came up for me to kind of combine all those together as working as a producer. And that's kind of the direction I took. Maybe you're a talent agent and you make the deal come together between you represent an actor and the actor would like to do a certain type of film or tell a certain type of story. So maybe you bring those elements where you go after a novel or a script. So that would be more of an executive producer. A line producer is more the person, and that's probably what I've done most of, is the person that basically says, somebody comes to you and they go, we've got this idea, and it may be in the form of a script, it may be a storyboard, maybe just a general idea, and how much would this cost to do this, and can you deliver this? And so that really is you're being online. You are the one that brings all the elements together and figures out a way of how to deliver a completed story for a finite number of dollars. Then the production manager is the one that basically executes and makes sure that it does in fact track and as you go about the number of days or weeks or months or whatever it takes to get the film done, that it gets done in a logical, sensible manner.